Hey guys, Robert Dietz here. I have a Fleetwood Avalon. It's a 2007 pop-up. We were out on a camping trip a couple of weeks ago up in the mountains, needed the heater in the morning, turned the thermostat on. The blower went for about 30 seconds, and then when the propane went to get heat, the unit shut off. I couldn't figure out what it was. There is a breaker inside. If you take the plate off, I took and I reset the breaker, tried it again, and it was not working. So once I got it home, a lot of the troubleshooting is a sail switch, but I found nothing on how to remove, or even if you could remove, that heating unit. So this is going to be, can you remove the heating unit from the unit and troubleshoot it and or work on it? You can. And I couldn't find anything on YouTube, so we decided to do this. What I did was I removed the unit and then brought it into my dealer, because if I replaced just the sail switch, if there was another problem, that wouldn't have fixed it, or it would have fixed it temporarily. And it turned out my motor was weak and was not generating enough power. So potentially I could have replaced the sail switch. It might have worked for a little bit, but because my blower motor was getting weak, it was going to go out again. What that did for me was, if I wanted to bring my trailer in to my dealer, there was a 6-week wait. By removing this unit, as I'll show you how to do it, I was able to bring it in. They were able to test it the next day, figure out that the motor was no good, order the parts, and 3 days later I was able to pick it up with a new sail switch, breaker, and blower motor. So my heating unit has been completely rebuilt. That's an option for you if you want to work on it yourself. Once you remove the unit like this, you would be able to take the pieces apart and get to the sail switch, which you access from the top and the back. But this is how to remove the whole unit. So let's go show you how to do that. All right, guys, there are no YouTubes out there on how to remove a Coleman Fleetwood pop-up heater unit. And I was actually kind of surprised about that. My 2007 Coleman, had it out this weekend, put the heater on. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. The air would blow for about 5-10 seconds, and then it would turn off, which I understand is the sail switch, but there's nothing on removal. So if you notice on the inside, there is a panel that goes on the inside here, and really this is just your connections, and you can see there is your propane line right there, and there's the vents going from the unit, which is located up here, to your vents. There's really nothing for removal on that side. You have to go to your outside unit, and you remove the 4 screws on the panel on the outside, and then you have the whole unit here, which is attached with an adhesive for weather sealing. There is also the propane line right here, which you're going to need to disconnect. And then once you do that, we're going to need to take and pop this plastic unit out. So you can see here that the unit itself has weather adhesive sealing the whole unit. So I just used a screwdriver going all the way around to take and loosen the unit. And once I've done that, you can start pulling the unit out. As you can see, it starts coming out once you remove the adhesive. Now once you remove the adhesive, you can see it starts to remove, but in here is your propane line. Now the propane line, once you disconnect it, this piece pushes in, and you can see I'm pushing it there. That's a little rubber gasket, and you can push it all the way out, and you probably are going to need to come around on the inside here, and you can see where the rubber is there, and pull that out so that you can disconnect and get the propane line away from the unit. And once I've pulled it out, you can see that the unit, the propane line, is now free from the unit, and it pulls straight out after disconnecting. Once you've made sure your propane line is disconnected, then you'll be going around to your utility drawer that's underneath your sink, where you probably keep most of your cooking stuff. And in there, you're gonna see is the power for the unit itself. And it's just a connector, harness, and you'll need to go in and, let's see there, and disconnect this power from the side of the unit, so you can take and slide that out. So you're going to want to make sure you do that. And to remove the switch, there's two connectors here, and you press them. I was trying to move them up, but you press them and then it comes straight out. So it was easy to remove once you took and pressed and pulled it out. So we now have the power disconnected on the side of the unit, so it's clear. Now with the back end of your unit, which is right here, this is going to slide out entirely. So you're going to need to remove both of these vents, which are just a small hose clamp. But since this unit is going to completely slide out, these need to be removed before you do that. So the three things you're going to disconnect is the propane line, and then one, and then two of your heater vent lines here before you can take and pull the unit out. And once you disconnect those lines in the back there, there's your two air vents and then your propane. It slides out. Note up here, this wood, see how it's ripped there? It was kind of tight, and in pulling I thought, oh, it's not supposed to come out. It was hitting something. It was actually just rubbing against this wood. You can see where it ripped right there. So I had to give it a little tug and work it up and down to get out, but it does actually just pull straight out once you disconnect the power over here, the two air vents, and then the propane line over there. And when you're done, there's your unit, and this can be brought in to your local dealer. Most of them have benches where they can hook up power and propane to them and test everything, or we can take these top pieces off and start looking for the switches on the back. But this gives you everything you need to actually start working on troubleshooting your heating unit.